Central family. Josh here for a time such as this once again. I don't know about you, but I'm a little bit of a history buff. And I spent much of my undergrad studying British history and just seeing how some of the events really impacted our modern world here today. And so I love studying that. But one thing I'm actually not too fond of is studying my own family history. Maybe that makes me weird. That's okay. But my wife's family, on the other hand, they love that stuff. They love figuring out, who their ancestors were, what their history was, and ultimately how that impacts who they are today. I think they love it so much that last Christmas they gave each other those 23andMe DNA kits. Yeah. But I'm working through the 1-year chronological Bible reading plan. And, it starts off really great. You're reading through creation, you're reading through Adam and Eve, the fall, you're reading through Noah, and all the different stories. And then you come up to some passages like 1 Chronicles chapter 1. And I know that even if we're serious about reading biblical books front to back, we tend to kind of skip over some of these passages. But I would encourage you to read it. 1 Chronicles chapter 1, verses 1 to 54. And it's here that we read about the genealogy of ultimately human history that's leading up to King David. And so when you read this and you read through the different names, it actually makes the book of Ruth incredibly relevant. We read of Boaz, who is Ruth's husband, and he shows up in this genealogy, which really indicates that God had a plan to bring non-Israelites into his redemptive work of Jesus on the cross. And so just as our, family history teaches us about the way we are, when we read through some of these genealogies in the Bible, it allows us to learn more about, people like King David, why he was the way he was. Why did he do some of the things he did? And through genealogies, we can learn about the heart and character of God and his intricate plan to redeem us. And so my challenge for you today, is to just really reflect maybe on your family history and just see God's faithfulness throughout time and praise him for those moments. But also just in anticipation of how God's going to walk with you, through this present time and in the future. And give him continuous praise and honor and glory. That God is faithful. That this time is going to come to an end. And he is still here in the midst of it with us. Blessings, friends.